I am Pops, and yes, we have some DC movie news. I hadn't gotten to doing this. I profiled a few of these projects, talked about Creature Commandos, talked a little bit about Superman Legacy, talked a little bit about the Supergirl project, been reading up on a few of the other comic books, but I hadn't gotten to Swamp Thing yet because I really want to dive deep and enjoy. Okay, look, they have teased Alan Moore, which is by far some of the best Swamp Thing ever. It's fantastic. And we have this story that's breaking about James Mangold is confirmed. There's been tons of little teas and things like that they have him locked in. James Mangold will be interviewed, so now this will definitely be a topic that will come up several times because he directed Indiana Jones, the new film, and now we hear that he is going to do Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing is going to have more of a horror vibe. So let's go ahead and try to jump through a little bit of this. And it says, when Collider caught up with Mangold, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. First, let's go restream. It's no, we can't make it bigger there. Let's go over here, try to make this a little bigger for folks. So you guys can read a little bit better. When Collider caught up with Logan and Wolverine filmmaker at Star Wars Celebration, he confirmed the tease he submitted on Twitter a while ago indicated he's going to take charge. Swamp Thing's next big screen incarnation. Mangold will be all in and hands on, writing and directing the picture in a capacity similar to James Gunn's Peacemaker and Superman Legacy. Quote, truth is, I'm writing both right now, and who knows what's going to happen, what's going to blossom first or second. That's so there's your thing. I'm doing Swamp Thing. There's your scoop. It's not a rumor, it's happening. I put it online. And there we go. So this is something that happened. It came out. There was talks about him doing Star Wars, of course, and now it's also coming out that he's doing Swamp Thing. Interesting that they were still able to get him on board with some sort of Star Wars commitment with having this move. And maybe I thought there'd be a move away from the Mouse House, but I guess not. So obviously, 2025 is the legacy kicking it off, the Gods and Monsters part. I thought there was going to be Creature Commandos before that because it's animated, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Justice League might unite under the direction of Flash's help. Yeah, there's other just like random rumors. Anyway, it says Mangold's Swamp Thing will quote investigate the dark origins of the character. Well, listen, just do the Alan Moore stuff like you have teased, and we're good, right? Gonna tease this. So Mangold is showing you some photos. This is what we want to see. So if anybody are a fan of Swamp Thing comic books, there's Alan Moore runs. It's phenomenal. The art is fantastic. That's the thing we can look forward to. But we do have a little bit before Indiana Jones arrives, so there's a pretty good chance that Mangold would be asked more about it. So that is a thing that could happen. I can see that as happening. I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts are on that. I mean, is a Swamp Thing even? I don't know. Is that sort of a thing for you? Like, are you interested in seeing something like that? Are we interested in seeing that sort of classic stuff brought to life? Right. I don't know if any of you are really into a lot of that sort of like those older issues like that. I was not a big Swamp Thing reader per se, but I will tell you that I have read it and the saga of the Swamp Thing with Alan Moore stuff. Well, that's what you want to look for. You want to look for that stuff. Let me pull up some stuff here. There's a paperback on Amazon you can find. Here, let me pull this up for you guys so you guys can see what I'm looking at. This would be one. This is, I think this is more like a novelization kind of thing. This is not. Didn't think that was the comic book, but that's on Amazon. Oh no, it is. That's graphic novel stuff, right? No, they did a novelization type thing. There's one of the comics, number 20. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, and you can feel that art. You can feel that time. You can tell by the way it's inked and the colors, just everything about it fits. So yeah, there's a whole line of these sort of Alan Moore books that you can definitely look into. That's just on Amazon. I'm sure there are other available outlets that you can track down. Let me one more thing real quick. We can definitely look and see. Yes, the saga of the Swamp Thing. So there's about 40 issues. Um, the first story is called Loose Ends. So you can definitely look that up. So look up Alan Moore, Swamp Thing, Loose Ends. It starts around 20, right? I think it's 20. There's some stuff that is not bad right before that, by the way. And it kind of leads all together into this nice, interesting story that's just it's just done very, very well. Um So yeah, you definitely want to check that out, and then you can kind of get a good run in that set area. So anytime if you just look for like a trade paperback by Alan Moore and Saga of Swamp Thing, what you're going to want to look for, I think you'll find something interesting. Are you interested? James Mangold has a lot of misses. People love to lump together the Wolverine or Logan, or they want to talk about certain things, but then they don't want to necessarily talk about some of the things that are amiss. And I don't know about you guys, I am so not interested in Indiana Jones film. Like it's criminal how uninterested I am in this film. However, this is also a guy that did Ford versus Ferrari, which I think is even like an underrated film. He did Walk the Line, which I think is an underrated film. So there is stuff there for me to sort of hang my hat on. He also kind of produced The Greatest Showman, which I mean, golly, I actually like a musical a lot. Something's wrong if you've done that well. I mean, that's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but he's doing Dawn of the Jedi and he's doing Swamp Thing. So there you go. That's what was confirmed. I don't know. I didn't see it getting a lot of buzz because everyone's focusing on just the Star Wars part, but this was confirmed. He said it. It definitely aligns with everything else we've heard. There you go. What are your thoughts? Saga Swamp Thing coming probably be, 3 years, so 2026. That'd be kind of my estimate at this point. There you go.